presentation. Amara has dropped off the call. I think the network has been pretty bad today. Okay, regardless, we'll move ahead and we'll probably send the recording as possible. So our goal at CSOPrep basically is like I have put here. We aim to provide technical assistance to CSOs, but not just any CSOs. We want to give this assistance to mission-driven CSOs in fundraising, while also helping them create sustainable structures for their CSOs. So we understand the need for CSOs to have funding, which is why you can see that fundraising is one of the major things that we're speaking on here. But also beyond that, beyond getting the funding, how to ensure that the CSOs that are in operation have structures that would last, the test of time. So including things for compliance, just basic things that would help a CSO stay sustainable and to have a proper structure to ensure continuity. Yeah, so that is what CSOPrep aims to do. Yeah. Our next thing is just a minute. My laptop is lagging. Okay, so the next thing would be what are our objectives? So I don't know if we've all visited our website, but if you have, I mean, these things are pretty clear there. But again, I believe that it's important to restate them just for continuity's sake and for us to have it in the back of our mind. Yeah, so again, if you have not yet said where you're from, your name, your organization, where you're joining us from, please go ahead to do that. You can do that in the chat box and say a quick hi. So CSOPrep has a band of international development experts who have come together to help with strengthening the capacity of underrepresented CSOs. So we're specifically focusing on CSOs because we see the good job that they do, and we believe that with the right coaching and structures in place, they would do so much more. And so to do all this, we help with providing technical assistance, which is including helping them get access to grants, helping them create sustainable structures. So if you've gone to the website, you can see that there's a place where we have questions for what exactly would you like CSOPrep to do for you. But if you haven't, the link has been posted now, so you can still check it. But this is what we are all about basically at CSOPrep. And so when we say technical assistance, you may want to ask, what exactly is technical assistance? What are we doing? So by technical assistance, we mean, but we're not limited by these. So we understand that CSOs would apply for fundraising, but we also know that it's possible that they may not necessarily know the specific steps to here. We're here to help you, support you in fundraising to see how that is possible. We're also here to, have strategies that would enhance fundraising efforts. So beyond you just carelessly applying for funds, it's important that when you're applying for whatever funds that you need, you're applying from the right places. You're not just putting fruitless efforts. So that is what we mean by strategies that would enhance your fundraising efforts. And so yes, like we have said and said again, we are giving these targeted assistance for mission-driven initiatives. So not just the ones that just pop out from here and there, but we want to ensure that beyond that, we're able to look back and see something sustainable and something that is there to last the test of time. So for sustainable structures, you may want to know what exactly we're going to do. So we would offer insights on what sustainable structures are for CSOs specifically. I know that there are not a lot of information or resources where you may get everything put together in an understandable manner. So that is what CSOPrep is here for, to ensure that you get insights on sustainable structures for CSOs specifically. And then also going a step further, to create long-term strategies for your organization to ensure that it stands the test of time, regardless of individuals, to be sure that that organization has a proper structure that Sorry, guys, I got rid of my other device, but I'm saying that that's what we mean when we're speaking about what we do at CSOPrep and how we want to go about doing those things at CSOPrep. So the next item on our agenda would be the next steps. So ways to discuss the potential collaboration. If you had what you received from the beginning, but we say that you can let us know in the chat box your name, where you're joining us from, and possibly your organization. I think that would be amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. Looking forward to getting that. Um, yeah, we were also, I was also saying, we had just dealt with the first part of the agenda, which is explaining what our goal at CSOPrep is and explaining how we offer technical assistance to mission-driven CSOs in fundraising. We also touched on how we help CSOs build and maintain sustainability. And so now we're moving to the next item on the agenda, which is discussion on the potential collaboration and partnership opportunities. So there are a lot of information out there, but it's important before you take advantage of um take advantage of any information that comes, you need to know the steps that you. I'm so sorry, guys. I have something awful. I sincerely apologize for that. If you would give me a moment to just sort this out, I believe network is also contributing to what's going on. So just a moment and I'll be back. In the meantime, do you think you can just carry me? Again, I'm so sorry. The network has been very glitchy throughout today. I sincerely apologize. Okay. Oh. Thank you, Onyeka. I just saw your message. Now, thank you. I hope this sounds better.
Yes, it does.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Sorry again. Okay, awesome. Thank you very much, Onyeka. So we have Amara Joseph, who is the program officer with Strategy and Innovation and Development Initiatives. Good to have you here, Amara. Thank you. I'm not sure what the network is today that it's been acting up, but I believe that we heard the last things that I said. I'm hoping that we did. If you didn't, you can just let me know. I'll quickly run through it. So in the meantime, we're trying to move forward with the agenda to go to the next item, which is speaking on potential collaboration and partnership opportunities, how we can help, how we can liaise together. So yeah, Dotun, I believe you can take the lead on this, and then I'll just come back in. Can you hear me?
Thank you, Princess. Thank you. I just unmuted. So I'd go on from where you stopped. Again, if you're just joining, my name is Oludotun Babayemi. And I'll first, let me see if I can also share my screen here. Okay, good. Okay, so just to give us a background of CSOPrep, that this is an initiative of Clones House, for some of you that might know Clones House, which is an evaluation specialist firm that provide technical assistance and monitoring evaluation to bilateral, multilateral, government and non-government organizations. So CSOPrep came out at the back of some of the conversations and projects we have implemented with the European Union Act program that was implemented by British Council, and also some of our work with GIZ, that's the German Development Corporation. And what we intend to do, just like my colleague had mentioned, is to work with mission-driven CSOs. So permit us to use this word mission-driven. It doesn't necessarily mean that if you do not have a mission at the moment, I mean, maybe written down or clearly written, we cannot work with you. We are open to do that. And that's why we have that part of our website where you can complete a form, which will use to understand you and also keep working with you. So mission-driven CSOs means civil society organizations that have a particular goal to achieve, a particular area of work, thematic areas to work on. Is either they're empowering marginalized communities, or they can be more specific. They are empowering market women in X communities, or they're providing information for young people to get into politics, or they are they're strengthening the capacities of smallholder farmers, or it is that, they are providing incentives for orphans and vulnerable children. So these are what we mean by mission-driven CSOs. Like they have a particular focus in their area of work, and we want to support them in that journey. And we say that we do the support by focusing on fundraising and creating sustainable structures. Of course, this is very important for every civil society organization to work on their mission, right? To implement their mission statements. And that's why we're providing those support. Fundraising could come in different ways. So we don't want us to look at fundraising as writing grant proposals alone. So there are other means in which fundraising also happens, like offering services. If your organization can offer other services. So, and that is part of the assessment that we will be doing. For some of you that have applied, we want to say thank you so much for putting in your application. We are going to look at every possible means of starting fundraising with you. So it could be informal services that you render. There could be other income, other ways of generating income, maybe there are portfolios that we can look at, that we can create with even non-grant making institutions that we can partner with to raise funds. So think about every other means we can use to raise funds for your organization. That is what we'll be working on with you. Yes, we mentioned sustainable structures because this is very important and is also connected to sustainable fundraising. Yes, sustainable fundraising, because you can fundraise and your funding is just 1 year or 6 months. And before you know it, takes another 2 years for you to receive another kind of funding. That's not or to receive income or get income. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about working towards getting continuous funding or fundraising for the work that you do. And that entails so many things. And getting these structures right is one of those things, like your vision statement, your organizational structure, who is doing what within the organization, what phase is the CSO at the moment. Because you can have a civil society organization that has only one person, which we refer to as early stage. So you are just the only one doing it. But this is not where you want to stop. We would have some that have 10-man civil society organization. So some are at the growth, the early stage, they've been trying to move to the growth stage, some move to the mature. So some are at the mature phase. So we want to look at all this and what can be done in terms of your structure, what phase you are, what financial system do you have, what advocacy strategies do you have, what strategy have you developed already? So we just want to provide that level of support. You know more than us, but all what we want to do is help you structure it in a way that this is the baseline. You become fundraising friendly civil society organization. So this is where we want to get us to. And it does entails us, yes, having not a proper, but having a structure that is fundraising friendly. Of course, there are standards for civil society organizations to operate. When you talk about compliance on different level, might be one of those things. So these are the products we will be providing to you as we go on. So you can see that we have two things we'll be doing with you. The first is, yes, creating that structure, or strengthening. I will say strengthening because you already have the structure already. So I will say strengthening the structure. This we will do by an assessment. So please expect us to, so in terms of next step, expect that we will send you a form in the next coming days, which we will use to look at where you are currently, because that also allows us to benchmark how much we have helped your organization in moving from. So this is the life of an organization. So if you are here, or maybe here, or maybe here, we want to be able to help your organization at least move to this mature stage, which means we are working together all through. So we will send you the form, and please help us respond to it. It will give us just an idea of where your organization is. What we'll then do after completing is then come back to you. We'll come back to your organization and present what we have seen. We will have a one-on-one with you together to discuss what we've seen and how we can move forward on things from what we have seen. And you would also help us clarify, maybe there are some things that we didn't actually get, or some things you're still thinking about that we are not also focusing on, that we didn't see. So that will be that discussion. So it goes from assessment, then we have a one-on-one based on the assessments. And we will then develop a plan. to start moving forward together. We will develop a plan together. So that's on the assessment, that's on the strengthening the structures to make it sustainable. And like I said, to make it fundraising friendly. On the other hand, we talked about fundraising itself. The first that is obvious to us, the one that is obvious will be writing grant proposals together. So please, if you see any request for proposal for your organization and you think you need a support in writing it, please send the RFP to proposals at CSOPrep.org. Proposals at CSOPrep.org. That is in the meantime, like this is something that is happening now that you can send to us for just completing the form. But don't forget that we will still come back to you on some things like criteria, because it's not all the proposals we want to jump on and write with you. We will still come back to you on which criteria we're looking at so that you know which kind of proposals you'll be bringing to us. But we won't be able to come up with this until we conclude the assessments. So in the meantime, send in the proposals that you're seeing. We will then come back to you. We will then come back to you on what we think. So give us 48 hours for any proposals that you send in, a request for proposal in the meantime. Give us 48 hours to respond to your email. If we want to proceed, the things that we've seen with that proposal, what we think can be done, we will get back to you within 48 hours on that. So like I said, if you come across any proposal that you think your organization is suitable for your organization, like it's something you can apply to, is what you do, or is what you've written down that you want to do, send it to proposals at CSOPrep.org in the meantime, and we'll respond to you in 48 hours. And that's on fundraising. Every other thing that would happen after we have done the assessment for each organization. Like I said, we will develop a criteria. We will place the organization in a place at the moment after we've done that assessment, and we use the plan to place you in a particular position, whereby on the other hand, from us, you will see us coming to you with proposals that we think your organization should be part of. So when we see proposals, we would also let you know that we think your organization will be suitable for responding to this proposal. It might be 2 organizations, it might be 1, it might be 2 organizations, it might be 3 as a consortium, and we apply together. So I think in the moment, these are some of the next steps that we will be focusing on at the moment as it concerns CSOPrep. The other thing will be that expect that we'll be doing some short courses online, which is related to civil society organization strengthening. We will be inviting all of you to search, and I'm sure you get emails from us in the coming days about some of these short courses that we have already planned for you. Princess, I think I'll take it back to you, but also add if I've missed out on anything.
Thank you so much, Dr. for that detailed description. I'm sure at this point we may have people who have questions or comments. So do you have any questions regarding what we have said, regarding the entire process and the lifeline of how things would progress? Do you have questions? Do you have comments? Do you have concerns? This would be a great time. Right, Onyeka, please go ahead.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Dotun and Princess and every other person on the call. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. This is Onyeka, ED of African Resilience Initiative for Community and Sustainable Development right here in Jalingo, Taraba State. I really appreciate this opportunity. I've been looking forward to this. And I think the offer from the CSOPrep, I think really aligns with the stage of my organization. And I'll be very, very happy to work with you to achieve the mission of strengthening local CSOs to continue to provide better services for their community. So I just want to ask, what are the expectations from us? What are the expectations? Are there any expectations from us, participants, organizations that are joining in, right?
Yeah, thank you, Onyeka, for that question. So if I get you correctly, which is a good question, right? And that was why I then put benefits for CSOPrep. Yeah. Don't forget that we are also a nonprofit initiative of Clones House Foundation, actually, so it's a nonprofit. So if I get you correctly, what you're saying, things like, would there be maybe a membership fee, right? What are you going to be paying CSOPrep also for offering this?
Exactly.
As well. Good. So for now, we don't have membership fee to charge, but that is not outside of the table. We are not leaving it out of the table. So keep it somewhere else, but we're not asking for membership fee at the moment, but we think that, so in terms of the fundraising, that is where we would need to discuss, because for example, so let me put it practically, the way it will work, the way we envisage it practically. When you send us a proposal or we send you a proposal, if we look at it and we think it is something that, yes, is worth us putting more time on to work on it together, we will send you a teaming agreement. You will get an agreement from us that you need to sign, that we're working on this together. And that, for every proposal, there's a budget. So what we will be charging is a fee for service on the budget of the proposal that was won. The budget on a proposal that was won. So we would, because we'll be working on this together, the budget part. So let me give you a vivid example of what we have done. So if the proposal require like M&E service, it is this line of the budget that you want to seed to Clones House Foundation or to CSOPrep. We would have seen it together while creating the budget that, oh, there's a line to carry out M&E that can go to, that will be CSOPrep contribution. That will be the expectation to provide that to CSOPrep. It might not be M&E service. It might just be maybe writing an advocacy plan. that also goes to, that could go to CSOPrep. So we would agree on a fee for service on a budget line. And most times they are not more than 10 to 20% of the entire budget of the proposal that is won. So that is what we have on the expectation for now. I've talked about membership fee. I've talked about fee for service. I would also talk about some. This also is off the table for now. There will be some trainings we might say you should pay for you to join. So that would also be the offer or the expectation for CSOPrep. So in summary, for your question, I think priority now will be what we're charging fees for service, which is like on the budget that was won, not like for all the proposals we write, but for a proposal that was won, that the contract was signed, we charge fee for service on that. We would have agreed on that. So that's a priority. In the midterm, you might expect membership fees. Then you might expect training fees at a very subsidized rate. Because what we will be doing is that our international partners funds some of this or provide subsidy for this. So Yeka, I hope this answers your question.
Very well, thank you very much. I think it's very fair because most organization is from early stage to growth. We are at a breakout stage right now, and it's also happy to finally meet you in person. I followed your work, especially right from connected development. Kudos to all you do for the CSO community.
Okay, thank you, Yeka.
Thank you so much, Dotun. Thank you, Nika. So are there other questions, comments? Is there anything you want to add? Time is 1:43. It's almost time for this meeting to be over. So if you have questions, comments, if you cannot talk where you are, you can please put it in the chat box so that we can still see it and hopefully answer it in good time. Okay, for now, I cannot see any questions.
Sorry, can I ask?
Okay. Yes.
In case I have a network of maybe startup people that might want to join this opportunity, can I send an invitation? We maybe want to extend this to them. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely, Yeka. Is a free for. Please share the link. Let them register at CSOPrep.org. Because I think the more we are, the more we can, the more we are, the more the merrier. So we believe in, and I think you'll be seeing that, we believe in partnerships, so consortium kind of writing, having 3 CSOs working on one project. I think that makes sense. So, so you will see a whole lot of that. So please reshare the platform CSOPrep.org. We are happy to have as many civil society organizations as we can